Brianda here. I chose to work with oat milk because it has got a lot of attention for being an eco-friendly, dairy-free alternative with excellent foaming properties. As a coffee lover and lactose-intolerant nutrition student, I've spent a lot of time comparing oat milk ingredients and noticed the industry uses rapeseed oil, also known as canola oil, for better foam capacity and stability. The production of rapeseed oil is an industrial process that requires high friction and high heat, which causes oxidation of omega-3s in the rapeseed oil before the oil makes it to an oat milk production facility. I personally would prefer consuming a product without rapeseed oil and hope my experiment with the oat milks without added oil foams successfully. We know foam is a dispersion of gas bubbles in a continuous liquid or solid phase. In my experiment, I will be injecting steam into the liquid with a milk frother to introduce gas and denature the proteins to stabilize the gas. According to an article published in the Journal of Food Science and Technology, starch constitutes the major portion of the oats, specifically 55 to 60%, with a gelatinization temperature range of 44.7 to 73.7 Celsius. It is the high concentration of starch that becomes problematic in preparation of a stable emulsion to stabilize the foam during the heat processing of an oat beverage. This is why the industry will add additional stabilizers such as plant oils and gums. The materials that will be needed to test the foam stability and capacity consist of 3 clear glasses labeled with the 3 milks respectively, 1 cup of espresso, an espresso milk frother, the highly preferred Oatly, milk, homemade oat milk, a timer, measuring tape, and a measuring cup. Oatly's ingredients contain oat milk, water, and oats, contains 2% or less of low erucic acid rapeseed oil, dipotassium phosphate, calcium carbonate, tricalcium phosphate, sea salt, dicalcium phosphate, riboflavin, vitamin A, vitamin D2, and vitamin B12. Malk's ingredients contain filtered water, organic gluten-free oats, and Himalayan salt. My homemade oat milk has similar ingredients. I use filtered water, rolled oats, and iodized salt. Stick around at the end of the conclusion to watch how I make my own oat milk. I measured the capacity, or how much foam is generated per volume of oat milk, and stability, which is how long the foam will last. I prepared a standard cappuccino with 1/3 espresso to 2/3 of hot foam milk for each sample. I measured the initial height of the foam in centimeters to determine the capacity, and measured the foam every minute for 10 minutes to determine stability. Here's a table displaying the data collected throughout the 10 minutes. Oatly had an initial foam height of 3.2 centimeters and gradually decreased to 2.6 centimeters by the 10th minute. Malk, however, had an initial foam height of 3.7 centimeters and did not decrease until the 9th minute. My homemade milk only had 1.8 centimeters of foam height but was stable throughout the entire 10 minutes. It can be concluded that the most stable was technically my homemade oat milk for maintaining 100% of foam height after 10 minutes, although it did experience the least capacity and the most separation. Based on these numbers, Malk had the highest foam capacity with 3.7 centimeters and maintained 97% of its foam after 10 minutes.